In the depths of history, in the land that was called Palestine, there was a city called Nazareth, where a virtuous and faithful girl named Mary lived. Mary was from the glorious lineage of the prophets of God and had dedicated her entire life to worshiping God and serving in the temple of Jerusalem. One day, while Mary was praying in the sanctuary of the temple, a heavenly light suddenly illuminated the space, and an angel named Gabriel appeared. Mary trembled at the sight of the angel, but the angel spoke to her in a calm and soothing voice, saying, "Fear not, Mary. God has chosen you for your purity and faith, and you will soon bear a son whose name will be Jesus. He will be a great prophet from God." Mary, amazed by this wonderful news, asked in surprise, "How can I bear a child when I have never been with a man?" The angel replied with a smile, "This is easy for God. The Holy Spirit will descend upon you, and the power of God will overshadow you. The child you will bear will be holy, and he will be called the Son of God." Mary, who had faith in God and knew that he would fulfill his promise, humbly bowed her head to the divine command and said, "I am the servant of the Lord. Let what you have said be done to me." Sometime later, Mary, who was now pregnant, traveled with her husband Joseph, a carpenter who had taken her under his protection, to the city of Bethlehem. The Roman emperor had ordered a census throughout the land, and Joseph and Mary also had to go to Bethlehem to participate in this census. Their journey to Bethlehem was a difficult and exhausting one. Mary, who was in the late stages of pregnancy, suffered from the hardships of the journey. But her love and faith in God gave her strength, and Joseph patiently took care of her throughout the journey. When Joseph and Mary arrived in Bethlehem, they were confronted by a multitude of travelers who had come to the city to participate in the census. All the inns and guest houses were full, and Joseph searched in vain for a place to stay. As night fell, Joseph and Mary, weary from the journey, were forced to take refuge outside the city and sheltered in a manger, a place where animals were kept. If the video was interesting for you, thank you for supporting me with your like. On that very night, while Mary was in labor in the manger, suddenly a heavenly light shone from the ceiling of the manger to the ground and illuminated the entire space. In that divine light, Jesus Christ, PBBH, was born in the arms of his mother. Mary wrapped him in a swaddling cloth made of simple fabric and laid him in a corner of the manger. On that night, a group of shepherds who were tending their sheep near the manger were suddenly startled by a bright light in the sky and saw angels appearing to them. The angels told the shepherds the news of the birth of the Messiah and said that he had been born in a manger near them. The shepherds, overjoyed by this news, hurried to the manger, and when they saw Jesus, Pibauch, they bowed down to him and worshipped him with eyes full of tears of joy. The news of the birth of Jesus, Pibauch, spread quickly everywhere. At that time, a group of astronomers in the east who were observing the stars suddenly saw a bright star in the sky moving towards Bethlehem. This star, known as the Star of the Annunciation, was guiding the astronomers towards itself. The Magi, who believed that the birth of this star was the herald of the appearance of the Messiah, set out for Bethlehem with precious gifts such as gold, frankincense, and myrrh. After a long and eventful journey, they finally found Jesus, Pibauch, who was in the arms of his mother. The Magi bowed down to him and presented him with their gifts. Jesus, Pibauch, had miracles from childhood. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and could even control the wind and storms. The people who witnessed these miracles believed in him and recognized him as a prophet of God. Throughout his life, Jesus, PBUH, taught people heavenly teachings and called them to peace and love, forgiveness and helping others. However, some of the wealthy and powerful who felt threatened by Jesus' teachings opposed him and sought a way to destroy him. The story of the birth of Jesus Christ, PBUH, is a story filled with miracles, faith, and hope. It teaches us that nothing is impossible for God, and that our love and faith in Him can carry us through any difficulty or challenge.